Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Imaging Spectrum TV. Today again I'm pleased to have my friend and coworker Steve Ben. Steve is our dye sub and photo booth guru. Welcome to this episode, Steve.
Good to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So Steve has something really exciting to share with us today. There is a new printer on the market. It's the RX1-HS, kind of like the RX1, but it's on turbo speed. So Steve's going to tell us a little about this new printer.
Okay, this is exciting because we love progress in the industry, and we love when products get faster, have new features, and they have improvements. That's always a step forward, and we're all about moving forward. So this is an exciting time for this iconic machine that's been very popular in the photo booth industry for a very long time. Yeah, when this came into the market at the time that it came in years ago, it really filled a niche in that people were looking for a high capacity economic printer. And at 700 prints on a 4x6 roll, that fit the bill. And to this day, this is one of the biggest capacity printers out there. So for people who want to work with larger media rolls, it's awesome. Quality is good too. Obviously, the brothers and sisters to this model, the DS40, the 620 from DNP, are going to be better printers in terms of just the overall build and quality. But for an economy printer, this one is awesome. Over the years, this has become a real staple in the industry and has a gigantic fan base out there. There's just a bazillion of them out there, and people love them. So when something gets that popular and has been for that long, that's where the word iconic comes from. Not quite, wouldn't call it a legacy product yet because not enough time has gone by, but it's been around long enough that it's respected, and print quality is there. It's just been up until now a little bit slow, and we're glad DNP has sped it up. The RX1 had been known to be a slow printer up until now. So we're really happy to see DNP step up and make this improvement on speed. The term HS stands for high speed, and really what that's doing is bringing the product into a competitive level with the rest of what we call the budget category in the dye sub portfolio. So your print speeds are going to increase by about 20%. Which on a 4x6, for example, takes you from about a 15-second print speed down to about 11 seconds, 11 point something seconds. But that gets it in line with the other budget printers that are out there. The wonderful thing about this too is you can make this happen if you currently owned the prior version of the RX1, is you can make it HS by updating the firmware.
Wait. So if I already have an RX1, I'm going to be able to get the speed benefits of the HS?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So that's the good news.
Okay.
So it's called Leave No Printer Behind. It's a new way of looking at things, I guess. But no, on the serious side, it's very easy. All you do is update the firmware. Now, the great thing about working with Imaging Spectrum is with our tech support staff. If you get stuck, you get any error messages, updating the firmware, you're not quite sure about how to do that sort of thing, if you're shopping with us, call us. We're more than happy to help and get you over that transition and update your printer. A couple of things about the firmware update. You can get to it off our website. If you go to the support tab, you can navigate over to the DNP page, and you'll see the firmware update in there for your RX1. Now, there's going to be a few cautions about updating your firmware if you have an older version of the RX1. There is a new media type, which we'll talk about here in a minute. So the new media, the HS media, will work in the prior version of the RX1 when you do that firmware update, but your old media will not work after the firmware update is done. And so what we're really cautioning you on, and you all know as event companies and photo booth owners what this is like, you go into your storage area and you have a pile of ribbons in a box, or you have a bunch of paper in a box, or you have your You have everything sorted in your storage room. You want to be very, very careful you don't get these ribbons mixed up. So make sure everything stays clearly labeled, HS and non-HS for your printers that are or are not updated. And then you also want to make sure before you do an update on the firmware that you use up all of your old media. So make sure it's all gone, out of the way, done. And then when you do your firmware update, you're all set to just convert over to the new media. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thanks, Steve. Well, just to sum up, there'll be, in the comment section of this video, there'll be links to our blog that has more detailed information on what Steve was sharing with us. Also a link to the firmware and links to the old media and also the new HS media. And so that's it. We appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or contact us. And that's it. Thanks.
Yay!
Thanks, Steve.